This week and next week in writing, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to be doing some grammar work, and we're going to be using this workbook. So go ahead and find this workbook. It's called Being a Writer Student Skill Practice Book. Okay? We're going to start off with a PowerPoint, and let's see. We're going to be working with nouns, and they're called singular and plural nouns. What word do you hear in the word singular? The word single, and single means one. So we're going to be talking about one noun and more than one noun. What is a singular noun? A singular noun is a word that names one person, place, thing, or idea. For example, snake, letter, girl. If we had more than one, we would just what? Add an S, right? That's called a plural noun. Singular noun is just one. Find the singular noun or nouns in the following sentences. The dog ran down the street. Dog and street, those are just one thing. An elephant is a huge animal. Elephant, animal, those are just two nouns, just one of each. That book fell on the floor. Book and floor, just one of each, one book and one floor. Something elementary school is awesome. Just the elementary school is the singular noun because it's just talking about one school. The opposite is plural noun. And a plural noun is a word that names more than one person, place, thing, or idea. And here are some rules. And a lot of us know these already. You add ES if the noun ends in SH, CH, SS, S, or X. Bushes, watches, passes, buses, boxes. We even say that as at the end, right? If the noun ends in an O, you also add an ES, like tomatoes and potatoes, or tomatoes and potatoes. We should know by now, change the Y to an I and add the ES. If a singular noun ends in a consonant and a Y, so like the word penny ends with a consonant and then Y, we change the Y to an I and add the ES. If it ends with an F, you change it to a V and add ES. This is a lot. I'm just going over the chart, so don't worry about it if you're not getting it all in your head right now, okay? These are just examples. So if the word ends in an F, you change it to VES. Wolf goes to wolves, like elf goes to elves. And most of the singular nouns, you just add an S. Now, if it ends in a Y, but there's a vowel, you just add an S. You don't change the Y to an I. Like the word play. It ends in a vowel and a Y, A-Y, you would just add an S to it. Most nouns we just add S's to. And some nouns don't change at all. Deer, we don't say deers. Fish, we don't say fishes. Sheep, we don't say sheeps. We just say sheep. Some nouns change into different words. Child into children, goose into geese, person to people. Now let's find the plural nouns. So more than one. The jar was filled with pennies. Jar is noun, that's singular. Pennies, because IES. The students used passes in the hall. Students, more than one with an S, and then passes. We add an ES because it ends in a double S. There were fish in the water. Fish is our plural noun, even though there's not an S on it, but we know that there's more than one. Okay? So what we're going to do now is I want you to get your workbook, and we are going to do a little work. Okay? So get your workbook out. If you don't have it ready, pause. Student skill practice book. Okay? And you're going to turn to page 16. Now, I ripped it out because it's easier for me to write on. But you can just leave it in your book. So we're going to turn to page 16. And get your pencil. All right. We are going to read the directions, read each sentence, circle the two nouns in each one. So it says circle the two nouns, and then underline the noun that is plural. Remember, plural means more than one. So let's write that at the top. Singular, one noun. Plural, more than one. Okay? So we're going to find two nouns, circle both nouns, and then we're going to underline the one that's more than one, that's plural. Right? Number one, my parents stared at my bedroom. So we need to find two nouns. Parents, so we're circling them, and bedroom, a person and a thing. Which one is plural? Which one is more than one? Underline it now. Yeah, parents, because it has an S. So then I would underline that. Number two, the paintings on the wall were old. So go ahead and circle the two nouns. Person, place, thing, or animal. Paintings is a thing, and wall is a thing. Which one's plural? Which one is more than one? Paintings. It has an S. That tells us it's more than one. Okay, number three. My brother said to draw puppies. Circle the two nouns, the two, person, place, thing, or animal. Brother is a person. Puppies is an animal. Itchy nose. And which one is more than one? Which one is plural? Puppies, that's right, because it has an IES. Now remember that rule. It ends in a Y with a consonant in front of it. Then we change the Y to an I and add the ES. Okay, you are going to complete 4 and 5. And then we'll do a couple at the bottom. The directions. Circle the noun that correctly completes each sentence, then write the noun on the line. Okay. My friend Beth said to draw men and blank in a circus. My friend Beth said to draw men and women in a circus, or women? Women. Correct. When it comes to these, you want to place the word in the line and see what makes the most sense or what sounds best. Then I thought about painting butterflies with colorful wings. Which is the correct version of butterflies? Change the Y to an I and add the ES. Why? Because before the letter Y is a consonant. Everything else, A, E, I, O, U are vowels. Everything else is a consonant. Butterflies. Okay, number 3. I could also draw sheep, and then count them at night. That's one of those words we just talked about that sometimes you don't change them. It's just sheep. Okay, and then again, you're going to finish 4 and 5. Part C, you do not have to do. Okay, so complete 4 and 5, 4 and 5, and have mom or dad check and give you a big fat star. We'll work on some more plural and singular nouns tomorrow. And remember, plural means more than one, and singular means one.